Hi Virgo, this is Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is Happy New Year. This is your January 2018 reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Virgo. Happy New Year, everyone. If you're returning to my channel, thank you for sticking with me. Let's see if we can cycle through this new year together. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Just know that the style that I read, the style that I read with, or let's see the right way to say that sentence. My reading style is very attuned to your own spiritual transformation. It's less about others. It's less about occurrences that happen, predictive outcomes. It's more about where you are now and sort of feeling an aspect of yourself at this time that you can develop and move on and continue along your journey as your soul transforms. It's a higher spiritual calling that we're reaching toward, and these readings are helping you to facilitate that. So for you at this time, Virgo, I pulled this oracle card to guide our reading, and it is the Dragonfly, Emergence. I really love this. This is giving us so if you think about a dragonfly, it's not like a butterfly where it goes from larva to cocoon to the butterfly. The dragonfly stays in the egg stage for up to 4 years. And it goes straight from this nymph, this larval nymph form, right into, straight from the egg to the nymph form, and then it emerges as the dragonfly. But the dormant time is quite long. And this is the guidance for that part of your soul that needs to arise and come out. And it's this might be a sudden feeling. You may feel that there are some things happening in your life, either without or within, that are forcing this issue, that are sort of demanding that you move on and rise to your next level, mature, find that maturity and wisdom and open up to it. I'm going to read you a little bit from this little booklet because I love the way it's written. Life is demanding that you move into the next stage of maturity. This requires you to adjust your thinking about yourself, others, and your community. It calls for you to shed yet another layer of your ego-filled defenses and let go of any illusions of being less than who you are. So your true self needs to emerge at this time. I love the correlation here to what's kind of going on globally too. There's just more and more people speaking up, speaking out, becoming not willing to continue on with the status quo. It doesn't rest well, and they're ready to move it. And if you're in the United States, you feel that in the political atmosphere, but really globally too. There's a rising occurring, and it's beautiful. We're shedding those old defenses and those old paradigms and outlooks. And this is where, for you personally, Virgo, you can tend to focus a little bit in the next few weeks on that aspect of yourself that really needs to come to its fruition and come out from its dormant nymph state, okay? The starting point here, this Zen deck is the tarot deck that I use. The starting point is this card here. This spread is called the Flying Bird, point of liftoff, and then we take flight and come to a new level of awareness here. Left wing is the internal influences that go on within you that you are aware of, but maybe others aren't. And the right wing are the external, real, day-to-day sort of the way these energies show up in your life. Starting point. Perfect. Okay, so Virgo, if you feel like a part of you, your whole self, your social self, your creative self, your spiritual knowledge has been shut out or held back or tamped down in recent times. This is what's been occurring. If you hold back who you really are, it ends up sort of freezing others out and sort of putting a cold wall sort of around your spirit and your heart. This is not meaning you're a cold person. This is a protective measure that perhaps you've held something in, an aspect of yourself, for quite some time as a protective measure to keep you feeling secure. Now you're realizing that needs to shed, and see how the ice is only going to melt when this figure begins to show true emotion. The tears will melt the ice and the emergence will occur. I love this. This is a beautiful start. It is time for you now to rise up and move on to your next level. This could be in your day-to-day world. It could be a literal, like a career move, a promotion, a relationship shift, maybe children moving out of the house and it's now time for you to create more of your own. Anything, you're moving on to college, whatever stage of life you're in, we're always coming to this point of realization where we need to open up more to what our possibilities are and emerge from that. Okay, the first internal energy here that is playing off of this feeling of being closed down and preparing to emerge is the outsider card. Okay, so you're feeling like this little boy, like everything that you've dreamed and wanted and the state of being that you wish you were in maybe are outside. You're outside from it. You're set apart from it. You're disconnected. This little boy wants to get through that gate where the beautiful rainbow world is. Yet, look closer and that lock, I hope you can see this because I'm at a bad angle. The lock that's holding the chain isn't engaged. So really all you need to do is just open the gate and pass through and step into and emerge into your new state of being. This is beautiful. This is going on within you. You've always felt maybe set apart. If I show this side of me, others won't accept me. If I try too hard for the promotion, people might not. Whatever those ego sort of protective thoughts, but really could also be stunting to your progress, it's time to go ahead and let those go. You got this. In your outside world, in your day-to-day world, this shows up as maybe clinging to your past. Clinging to this old state of protectiveness, and I don't have to show myself. I think if I'm more safe, I feel more secure just not being my full self. But we know that's not true, and it's becoming time to sort of let that stuff, those fear thoughts, fall away. Clinging to the past is, this is talking about how your memories are keeping you fulfilled of how things used to be or trying to keep things from changing. But you're going to miss out. The box of memories around this figure's head are so clustered that she can't see this sparkly world going on right now around her. And this is where you are. When you pull away those layers, old paradigms, old thought processes, you will emerge into a new and more mature sense of yourself. The next internal energy, speaking of mature, is maturity. So you're getting this. Within, you're getting it. The shift is occurring. This figure is resting in wisdom, in all the experiences that they've experienced throughout their life, and now look encircled by the beautiful colors of the rainbow, floral, sort of earth tone, earth elements, and the beauty that really is in this life right now. And you are getting this. Inside, you're really getting this. It's becoming truly time for you to bring this sense of wisdom and maturity to the outside. And if you already have, more. Right? Just continue the progression. In your external world, the clarity is coming. Your sense of awareness, the veil is being lifted, the fog is clearing, and you're really, really starting to see. You're seeing who, what, and, certain situations that are just not serving you anymore. It's becoming clearer that it's okay to let some of this stuff fall away. In order for you to emerge, some others may need to take a back seat right now. In order for your creativity and your self-expression to really come out fully, it doesn't have to come blasting out and overbear others, but maybe in the past you've been putting others first, and now it's time to tip that balance a little more toward your own spiritual development, your own awareness and clarity, and moving to that next spiritual level. The final internal energy at the top of the line here, yeah. Perfect. I love it, Virgo. This is your connection to your source. You're on your way there if you're not already there, and you're deepening it and you're widening it. Your connection to source. You could call this, your true self, your soul, your higher power, your God, the creator, spirit, whatever it is, whatever word you want to attach to it, what this energy is. This energy is the source of your life, the source of who you are. And you're there. It's becoming to the point where this is all that's going to matter to you, is your connection to your well-being. And once you have that established, everything in your external world will fall into place. And even when you come upon challenges, you rest back in this knowing that you're acting upon your innate wisdom and your truest self, and you can never go wrong when you do that. Okay? And the outcome of this reading, or the new level of awareness and also an external energy that shows up, is the traveling card. This is perfect because you're moving on. You're moving on from the space you used to occupy here in this isolation, down here where you feel left out, where you feel disconnected, where you want to just hang on to the past. You're moving on. And it might happen with a sudden bump. This emergence card kind of tends to tell us that things come on suddenly and that the change is being forced upon us. Not in a negative way, but just in a sudden way. And if you go with it, if you rest in that maturity and that experience that you've gathered so far, and know that every step that that's being brought to you is there for your growth, then you'll establish this more secure connection to your truest self and move through life. It doesn't matter in this little card if you're in the deepest part of the canyon in the fog, or at the top of a mountain and feeling the rays of the sun. You're still in the journey, right? And that's kind of exactly what life is. It's dips and it's elevations, and it's ebb and flow, and we move through it. And as long as you're staying connected to that truest part of you, you got this. Okay? All right, Virgos, thank you for visiting my channel. Thanks for your likes and shares and subscribes and all the ways you engage. I love you all, and I will be back soon with another reading. Okay, take care. Happy New Year.